Hello everybody. So I thought I'd come on YouTube because I want to talk about something, and I know I know it's gonna be a longer video, and yeah, with social media, you've got to trim it and it can't be too long. So anyway, this is for YouTube. So there's two things that I'm thinking about that I came across that I wanted to share. So one is a YouTube video, I came across a YouTube, and this video had like around 16 million views, right? And basically it's this neurosurgeon that after 9 years of studying and if you want to go to medical school, there's a lot of training, and imagine you being a neurosurgeon. So, and he quit and now just does nothing, and there's a reason why. So he was saying in his video, I'll keep the link here so you guys can watch it, but in summary, he was starting to feel really down. He was not happy with his work anymore and what he was doing, because he started noticing that whatever they would do, like operate on the brain, and then after that he changed his direction and was doing spine surgeries. But he realized that there were some people, even after the surgery, some would heal and some wouldn't heal, okay? And those that healed did some particular things in their life, and those that didn't do those things were not healing, okay? So that surgery was a waste of time. So let me tell you some of those things, what those things were. And even he said he had patients who before the surgery started doing those things, and then they would call him and say, like, I don't feel the pain anymore, I'm feeling much better, do you think I need the surgery? And this is when he started having that kind of like crisis in his mind, in his soul, about, well, if they're feeling better, why do I need to do the surgery? And the thing is, the medical system is not geared up to allow doctors to like say no, because without surgeries or without prescribing pills, they don't make money. And if they don't make money, then they cannot operate, right? They can't be there. So their main goal, hospitals, doctors, and the medical system, is not for you to heal, right? I'm not against science, I'm not against like hospitals, they are definitely needed, we need them, but I'm just like sharing you his story. So those things that people were doing and they healed were, number one, they were having low salt intake, they had more plant-based foods. So this is not a vegan, I'm not saying go vegan or anything before anybody comes up at me, that I'm not saying that being vegan is the best diet in the world. I mean, it might work for me, but maybe not for you. But he's saying that at least if you can, those people who were healing and sometimes didn't need the surgery, or even if they did the surgery, their bodies healed better and faster and long term if they introduced more plant foods. So plant foods like more vegetables, more fruits, more legumes, more nuts and seeds. Those who exercised, and when he stated exercise, he meant like doing things that make you sweat, okay? And spending more time in the sunshine, in outdoors, having nature walks, spending more time with family, with loved ones, with friends, like social connection. And I made a note because sometimes I do forget. And those that had a good sleep, like 8-hour sleep, like long 8-hour sleep. So he noticed that those who did these things, their body could heal. And when your body heals, it's not going to heal, from that nerve pain down your neck. It's going to heal everywhere where it needs to be healed. So he decided that he couldn't do it anymore. He started having like ethical questions. I mean, is it a midlife crisis or is it an awakening? I don't know. But it is true when you think about it, right? Like, how many times when you go to the doctor and the first thing they do is they immediately pull out their prescription pad and they're just like giving you all those medications, right? And yeah, it's so important making changes to your lifestyle. And second of all, I know that obviously it is not, this might come, not everybody can just quit their job, right? Like, you need a job to pay your bills, that's 100% sure. But maybe you could, like, instead of having that really stressful job, trying to look for an easier job where it pays the bills, but you still have the energy, the time, the health to do the things that you love. Because what is the point of like killing yourself at work and being stressed? Yes, maybe you're getting a higher salary, you're saving up more, but by the time that you actually retire, you don't have the health, or whatever you've saved, you're going to be using that money for your surgeries, for your healthcare. But definitely, like, the video that I watched of him was like 40-minute long, and it's just him in nature, and he is talking about his journey and why he quit. But I think it's an eye-opener. I think many people should watch it. Yeah, and there's also a second thing I saw this week. There's this guy, he has a podcast, and he runs a podcast called the Examiners Podcast, I think. So he came up and he was like, I want to open up. Something's been happening to my health for a year now, but I haven't shared it with everybody, but I am now. So he was like, suddenly, and he is vegan, and he's also called the weight loss champion. He's lost lots of weight. He has podcasts and conversations with many plant-based doctors or, health experts. He's always on tours. But he said, like, his health deteriorated, and he started feeling, for example, the first signs were like shortness of breath, and then he started feeling like fatigue, and he's always tired all the time, like old man tired, and he didn't know what was wrong, and he did every single test that you can think of, because he's done so many podcasts with so many health experts. Like, he's met with them, they've done tests and everything, but all the tests always come back normal. So he's like, but I don't feel normal, right? So, but at the same time, he's still continuing doing his work and showing up, on social media and everything. And then he started to lose a lot of weight, and then he started putting on a lot of weight. And then a doctor said that you need to have your gallbladder removed. Like, how many people do you know that they always have their gallbladder removed? It's like, even if you feel something's not wrong and you go to a doctor and they just feel that they need to remove something out of your body. So he had that, but he didn't heal properly after doing that. And then he still wasn't feeling great. And then he got a diagnosis finally, which was fibromyalgia and chronic pain. And, with fibromyalgia, there is no actual test that doctors can do that say you actually have it. So it's basically, fibromyalgia is when, like, you're always tired, you're always fatigued, your nerves hurt, your bone hurts, like, it's not a nice feeling for sure, 100%. Like, I knew a girl, she was a good friend, and she had fibromyalgia. And since I've known her, she's been suffering. Does she have a healthy lifestyle? No, she doesn't. So anyway, he got diagnosed with all that, chronic pain, fibromyalgia, and put on weight. And finally he said, okay, I think it came down to, like, he realized what was the cause. It was stress, okay? And he was doing too much, and he was trying to, do everything and be good at everything. And obviously his job is very, very demanding. He has to be at different places, different times. And obviously, like, when you host any podcast or like things. There's a lot of things in the background that maybe people don't see, but there is a lot of work to be done. And, you know, family life and everything. So things were getting a bit hard. And maybe at that time, you know, sometimes when you constantly do, you don't know you are under stress, okay? Because you think you're in the doing so much that you don't know you're under stress. Like you feel it's normal, but that, because you've been doing it for a while, so that's how you spend your days and that's how you feel productive and you are getting successful. But there is a price to pay, okay? And that price is your health, because for a whole year, he realized that he was doing too much. He was not resting. So his health took a toll. And when your body, even if you don't know it, is under stress and you're not giving it enough rest, things start to stop and change, and the process changes. Like the most basic one is your digestive system, right? And your hormones. So when you're stressed, your digestive system will say, oh my God, I need to stop. You know, I need to stop spending energy down here because I don't know, like the body is feeling like, you know, there's too much going on, you're stressed, maybe there's a lion running after this person, I need to save them, so let's save the energy here so we can fight that animal. Although that stopping and fighting is happening a lot of time, like during the day. And then because of that, your hormones are also affected. Like, and when your hormones are affected, you either lose weight, you put on weight, anxiety, mood swings, you know, hair loss, skin issues, so many things, right? So I was really happy that, first of all, he came up and he spoke, because awareness is key. And I know sometimes it can be hard for people who are, you know, on social media or on the internet to actually say, and he's very healthy, and say, oh, actually, I've been going through health issues. Like, we are all human. Like, even the very best, I don't know, doctors or healthcare professionals or people on social media who are all health conscious, it doesn't mean nobody has health issues, of course, you know. And even all those things that I mentioned, the more plant foods, less salt, exercise, sunshine, we don't do them. Like, maybe at one time we're slacking on one area. Like, we are not perfect. Like, so, but what I'm trying to say is that we need to, two things. Like, we need to be aware that stress management is very important. So even if you are working in a very stressful environment, start by making your weekends stress-free. How do you do that? There's so many things on the internet. Like, start to do stress management, start to learn stress management tools. So it can either be, you know, not using your phone so much, not replying to emails, doing the things that you love to do. And if you don't know what you love to do, then go do trial classes. Like, go do an art class, go to play paddle, go cycling, like go take piano lessons, go take, I don't know, the saxophone or whatever it is. But like, experiment so that you can find what you really like, and what you really like you will know, and you will feel good. So at least you have your weekends to just like unwind, so your body is not always like in stress mode, right? And yeah, so I just wanted to talk to you about those two things. I will share both of their videos here, and I would advise that you check them out. So stay safe, take care, and I will see you in the next video.